So, Dreams is my favorite software of all time, and when I bought it, I had one goal: to make The Last of Us. This was my first attempt 5 years ago. This was my second attempt, which leads to my final attempt that I'm releasing today. Cartoonish recreation of one of my favorite games. It is completely free for everyone to have. Here's a small little highway map I made in like 5 minutes. Watch how easy it is to turn it into a level. Go down to the spawn pegs, get player, companion, and enemy. Put the player here. Companion can go over here. Let's put an enemy here and here. We copy this cover logic block and we just place these where we want enemies to take cover. And congratulations, you've made a The Last of Us encounter. I didn't add every single weapon from The Last of Us, but I chose the most iconic ones that serve a function. For example, instead of the El Diablo and the hunting rifle, we just have the hunting rifle since it's the same essential weapon. But instead of an automatic rifle, we've got an Uzi, and of course we've got brick, Molotov, nail bomb, and instead of a flamethrower, we have a spray can. It fits much better into the inventory and saves a lot of memory. Climbing, of course, is implemented. If it's a short ledge, he does a small climb. If it's a high ledge, he does a high climb. And, of course, if it's a piece of cover, you can vault over it. Now, melee consists of 4 different hits. Right, left, up, down. And all of this is a single animation that plays on a timeline. Every time you press square, it advances the animation. So that saves a lot of memory by having it all one sequence. It's also the same for the 2x4 melee weapon, which is the only melee weapon I included for memory reasons. And when you hit an enemy with a directional punch, they'll react in the correct direction. Now, crafting is done by pressing L3 because the touchpad is for my custom pause menu where you can change the difficulty, etc., swap the shoulder buttons so you can fire with the other shoulder buttons, etc. And of course, the melee weapon can be crafted and upgraded and used to kill in one hit. Punching an enemy enough will put them in a stunned state, which then, if you press melee again, it'll do a synced attack. You can down an enemy by shooting them in the leg, and then if you aim at them, it'll lock onto their head for a free kill, just like the actual game. If he's near a high wall, he'll do a head slam attack against it. If he's near a low wall, he'll do a cover slam. One of my favorite animations in the whole game. The brick's main function as a distraction, when you throw it, it'll create a point that the enemy will walk towards and then react accordingly when they reach it.
I didn't find a thing.
And of course, you can use the brick as a melee weapon. The nail bomb is just a modification of the brick. When you throw it, they'll hear it, move towards it, and when they reach the proximity, it will explode.
Oh my god, Joel!
And then Ellie will react. We also have the ability to take human shields, which we can shoot from. And the takedown, when there's only one enemy or you're loud, will be a gun butt. And of course, if you're not in combat, you can press square to strangle them. If you stand in an enemy's line of sight, they'll start to notice you and then go into combat.
They're over here.
If enemies notice you just a little bit and then you hide, they'll go into search mode and they'll search your last known position where they thought you were.
No, there's someone out there.
If you aim before taking someone down and you press square, he will use the current weapon that he has to take them down. And if you have a long gun out, he'll butt them with the gun. Just like that. Enemies will also work together in melee. For example, if I punch one guy, their friend will pull me away from them. Enemies can also grapple Joel. If they grapple him near a wall, they'll slam him against it, which you can then press square to push them off you. And using the same animation, enemies can also grapple Ellie.
Hey! Get off of me!
And when you punch them to save Ellie,
Get the hell off her.
Joel says a quote, and then the gameplay flows. Meleeing an enemy near a ledge will make Joel push them off. I also recreated the most common interactable elements for The Last of Us. For example, a garage door, a ladder, a collectible, a plank that you can pick up and then place down on a tag, a door, a dumpster, a linear pushing object that only moves in the direction you animate it, a template for entering a vehicle, and last but not least, the upgrade bench, where we can upgrade our weapons, etc. So let's put a scope on the rifle. There you go, and it actually adds it and everything, and yeah, it's the workbench. The way to spawn game elements couldn't be more simple. The green block here spawns the player. The yellow block spawns the companion. And this red block here, you open up the chip. It's got all these options here. It tells you what kind of enemy you want. For example, you can have infected. You can have whatever weapon you want them to have. You just change these things here. For example, if I want a clicker, we set it to 3. And clickers can also, of course, do the clicker thing of biting your neck out. This block here is an item spawner. So when you open up the microchip, it gives you a list of items you can spawn, and you just change the number to the corresponding item. And yeah, there you go. There's some ammo. The most important element for combat is by far the cover logic block. Without these, enemies will not know how to hide from the player. So wherever you place these, I've placed it down in some spawn blocks here. When you alert the enemy, he is going to hide behind it. Without placing these blocks, enemies will have no idea where to hide, so you need to place these down. And by walking into a zone, it will turn on the enemy spawn blocks. And that's really how you make an encounter. That's all you do. You just place the spawn blocks and there you go. By pressing L3 on the touchpad, you can open the dev menu, which gives you all sorts of options like giving all weapons, spawning enemies, you can give all upgrades, you can save the game, be invincible, go first person, enable gyro aim, kill enemies, and my favorite option is toggling Ellie player. Now you can play any level you make as Ellie, including her unique animations, such as stabbing a guy in the neck. And the final thing I worked on was some Pittsburgh-inspired combat music. And all of these wires and microchips are what make the player and enemy work together. It is a complete mess, and one day will have to be cleaned up. But right now, it's in a working state, and I don't feel too bad about the absolute horrific monster I've created. So yeah, all of it free to use. Take it, do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Just
Not in the clear, right?
import Friday Night Funkin' characters like usual, whatever. Or just look how it works and play around with it. Just, you know, whatever. Thank you
I
for
don't see
watching.
anything.
And I hope you get some enjoyment. Bye.